third block people are looking at a problem in the review packet for the final exam. We're talking about finding the same angle as um, the sine of 150 and the cosine of 150 and what that would look like. And so what I always do to find this is I first look for where 150 degrees is on the unit circle. So I know from here to here is 180. So I'd have to back up how many degrees to get at 150. Okay, so I got that by taking 180 minus 150. Good. So 30 degrees. That is called the reference angle. So this 30-degree angle is called the reference angle. And the reason that's important is because if you remember that this point can be thought of as the cosine of the angle comma the sine of the angle. So I could either say the cosine of 150 and the sine of 150, or I could use this reference angle of 30 degrees. If I'm going to use the reference angle, I have to know if these are positive or negative. So cosine's the x value. Is that positive or negative in this second quadrant? It's negative. And sine is the y value, because that's the height. Is that positive or negative in this quadrant? It's positive. Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to find the equivalent sine or the equivalent cosine? Sine? Okay. Sine is y. So it's this value right here. So it's positive. What other quadrant is sine positive in? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1. Good. So if you look over here, this is also going to give me a positive sign. It's the same exact y value, so the same exact sign. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to construct another 30-degree angle here. That tells me that sine of 150 is exactly the same thing as the sine of 30. Now let's talk about cosine. Is cosine positive or negative in the 151? Good. It's negative. And so where else is cosine negative? Yeah, that's the x value. So if we follow that down, right here, I'm going to construct another 30-degree angle. And cosine is also negative there. But how many degrees is this angle now? Okay, from here to here is 180, and then you have, okay, so I go 180 plus 30, and I get 210. Good. That tells me that the cosine of 150 is the same as the cosine of 210. They both have the same exact x value, and cosine means x value. Now, the reason for the 30 is because, do you guys remember the chart that we did? 30, 45, 60. And I said, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And the reason I said it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 is because you can memorize these values, or you can remember these values easier. The sine of 30 is 1 over 2. The sine of 45 is what? Square root 2 over 2. And the sine of 60 is? Good. Square root 3 over 2. See, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And then cosine, super easy, because you're just going to write those same values, only the other way around. Yeah, you're going to reverse it. Cosine of 30 is square root of 2, 3 over 2. And we did this back in the chapter that we worked on those sine and cosine functions. So the sine of 150 is the same as the sine of 30, which is what exact value? Yeah, 1 over 2, 1/2. And the cosine of 150 is the same as the cosine of 210, which would be equivalent to which one of those exact values? It's a 30-degree angle, and so it's going to be equivalent to the square root of 3 over 2, only what's the only little difference? It's negative. So it equals negative squared. Now, this question in your review packet was only asking you to find these. It wasn't asking for the exact value. I just, was a little bit of an overachiever on that one. So we'll do another example.